Lords and ladies, welcome to the Progeny Behind the Fang podcast. Joining me as always, my amazing wife, Ming Chow, Neapolitan Wu. And we have a special guest today joining us, the one, the only, the Brat Prince, Adam Church Belisarian. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hi, guys.
Hello. This is going to be a life and times of the Brat Prince. This is amazing. We're all excited.
It is. And as I was telling him, it's our very first, oddly enough, podcast recorded in Second Life. I love it.
Yes. Yes.
Breaking barriers.
We are evolving, folks.
Well, all right. So we'll jump right in. Please tell us about yourself and tell us about your roles in Progeny.
Well, I've been in Progeny going on 9 years now. I've been with my mom, Diabolic Part, for the past 8+ years. Absolutely love being the Brat Prince, love Progeny. Fought hard to be recognized as a child vampire, and looking forward to many more years of it.
Well, and so are we. That's awesome. And as I
Yes.
was saying, you stood out amongst the rest, and you said something great too. I just had the guts to stand up and shine, so I really admire that. And so
I love that. What a quote. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's been 9 years, but a lot of people still don't realize that we're out there, and we're not accepted by a lot of people in Progeny, but it's growing. It's getting better every day. But back then, when I first started, people said, no, you can't do that. We don't do that. And I took it upon myself. I don't take no for an answer. I went to the source myself, and I asked him his personal stance, and he specifically said he had nothing against Claudia-style vampires, and later on, he made the child decree.
That is amazing. That is fantastic. I'm very proud of you and your work.
yes.
Thank you.
So
So speaking about the Progeny kids, before we get into your life, everything, how you came about, your story, your life story, we would like to know about the Progeny kids. Give them a little plug. How did you guys come up with the concept? And about how many kids do you think there are in the group and in the system?
In the system, I couldn't tell you. There's a lot of people that switch between adult and child. But as far as full-time kids, we've got, I think there's about 25 to 30 that we have in the group right now that are full-time children, kids of Progeny. I started out, I started showing up at council as the first child vampire to sit in GCSC and Council of Houses way back when I first came about. And over time, I finally, like I said, I go straight to the source's mouth, or in this case, the source's mouth. I asked him about making Kids of Progeny group, and he gave his approval. And it sat dormant for a couple of years because it was just, we had a couple of members here and there come and go. But it wasn't until I met Rory last year, and Jade, and Noah, and Ellie, and Cassie, everybody just started pitching in and helping, and it has grown exponentially since then. And I am so proud of what the group has become.
I'm so proud of all of you and the Relay for Life work that Lady Allie has done, and just all of your clothes. Do you want to tell us about your work, your shirts and stuff that you've been doing for Relay for Life?
Sure, yeah. Well, in world appropriately called the Brat Prince, and I have put out a few things for Kids of Progeny exclusive items that I had out, that the proceeds went to Relay for Life, and then I eventually made the yellow Relay for Life shirts and got them in men's, women's, and children's, and so they're out by the dock and by the museum and other places around Progeny, so people can pick them up and donate to a good cause.
I love that. I love that one shirt that you had, Mama. Model, the one that says, what does it say? I got your man, or I got your boyfriend, or something like that.
Miss Steal Your Girl. I'm not Miss
yes.
Steal Your Boy.
Yes, that's
Rory,
it.
Rory asked for Mr. and Mrs. Steal Your Boy and Girl shirts for us kids. And just as a funny, I made one for mommy, and I was planning on selling it, but I talked her into doing a model picture, and so now they're on the website on Marketplace.
I love that shirt. Gregor, we're gonna get me one of those for real.
Styling. I like it.
Yes.
And well played, sir.
Yes. Well played. Yes, you get the gold.
So, what kinds of activities do the Progeny kids currently have going on? And can you tell us about like any future plans that are upcoming?
Well, Relay for Life has been a big thing for us, and Ellie has done an amazing job over the last year, and I look forward to her doing so much more. She has been awesome at the events. We had the Dunkathon, and going forward, there's some Kids of Progeny and the boys choir, and there's a mixed choir. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it right now. But they're doing joint projects going forward. And Noah, affectionately known as the Brat Kitten, as Rory is the Brat Pup, Noah does
The brats
a
are
lot
growing.
of the choreography. Absolutely, yes. And Jade is the Brat Princess, so
That is too adorbs. I love it.
Well, that is really cool. Like, I enjoy that a lot, and that's gonna be so good to see how it evolves. And like as you said, all these people keep stepping up. So, first this and a lot more of those cool circus performances and the awesome dancing.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad when the kids have started stepping forward, and we have the group keeps growing, so it's more than. I always said from the beginning that I wanted the group to be more than just me. I didn't want to be the one in charge and saying that this is what happens. I wanted the group to grow and to add more managers and stuff to where we can have our little committee and decide what we do. And that's what we have now. It takes more than just me to decide what we're doing. And as we grow, we add more people, and people ask me, other kids ask me how they can get involved in management. Well, the way you do that is you be involved in Kids in Progeny. You step up, you represent us out in the world, and you move up within us too.
I love that.
Well, and
you guys are amazing.
That's just the great thing is when more people get influenced to do it, it just becomes something really special. So I'm really happy that it's turned out so well, and I can't wait to see. I love seeing y'all around Halloween. I'm not gonna.
I do want to say one thing as far as people participating. There are certain events, I guess, out and about that maybe renegades and rogues can't go to, or these people don't like these people, or with us kids, the Kids of Progeny, we're all one community. We have an agreement that when we have an event that we do not attack each other, we don't go after other players at our events, but everybody's welcome. We've got little Jesse Ravnos is one of our members, and a lot of people were worried about, oh my God, you're going to have a Ravnos in your group. So we're Kids of Progeny. We're not the GCSC Kids of Progeny. So we include everybody, including their parents if they want to get involved.
Well, that's admirable. That's very welcoming.
Yes, for sure. I know little Jesse myself, and great kid.
Awesome.
So that's really awesome. Everybody's
so
welcome.
How do people? Yeah. So everyone that wants to participate, how do they go about getting an invite or getting involved? What do they have to do?
At the moment, we're pretty trusting with our members. At the moment, anybody in the in-world group, whether they be a parent or a child, the everyone tag can invite to the group. But when somebody does join, they need to contact one of the managers. That would be myself, Rory, Jade, Noah, and Ellie at the moment. And we'll get you set up with the parent tag or the child tag. that you need, we can also get the invites into Discord. So right now, as long as somebody gets in, we can reach out to them and say, hey, we have Discord. Can you, and then put an invite in. I try to send an invite out maybe once a week, if possible, for the Discord invite in World Group.
Oh, good. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, that's good. So then, if you're invited, if you got an in, then you can invite other people. So if you're a
Yes,
parent,
absolutely.
if you're a child, however you want to come in, please do get in touch with them and join this amazing group. So before we start getting into your story, we have one last question for you. Now, how you all feel about progeny familiars, about the familiar group, because a lot of kids are not vampires. So how you all feel about that?
Well, a lot of our activities are dealt with kids that are not part of Progeny. Other members of the boys' choir and the Dream Kids, and all those, majority of those guys are not in Progeny or Progeny Kids for that matter. So we work well with familiars. Some of them know who we are, and obviously Kids of Progeny kind of puts the fangs on us in public. So
Yes. Yeah. So it might be a good opportunity for you to work with a familiar group as well. Kind of, because a lot of vampires have adopted a lot of children, but yet they don't want to be a
right.
vampire for whatever reason. So,
Well,
yeah,
as I said, we're Kids of Progeny. We're not vampire Kids of Progeny. We're not lichen Kids of Progeny. We're not human Kids of Progeny. We are Kids of Progeny as a whole, and
yes,
that includes familiars.
yes, I love that. Perfect. Okay, I hope everyone is paying attention and listening to this now. All right, so now we're going to
Yes,
hear about
teacher.
the Brat Prince, the life and times. Hit it.
Oh, well, I kind of thought you'd be asking me
this is-
questions.
This is freestyle. This is freestyle. Okay, well, we want
this
to
is
know.
freestyle?
Yeah, but we want to know your story, and we want to know how you came about to become a vampire, how you met your mom, Diabolic Parthenia. Yeah, tell us how it went.
Well, I have my backstory that I wrote. But of course, the reality and the backstory are always two different things. My backstory is she found me in a village. She was hungry, and most of my village had died, and she fed on me, and then felt sorry because I was so cute and made me a vampire. And so, poof, I was an immortal child. And the reality of it is I was originally born unknowingly. I was born an outcast. I was bitten by an outcast on my first day in Progeny, and the very next day, his sire said, I didn't give permission to make him, and expelled me from the family. And at the time, my HUD said I was a member of Society of Spirit Bacchus Cronin. And Diabolic Nestus was the arch of SD at that time, and so her name was on my scan. And I contacted her, and she brought me out of the outcast and in there. But I ended up a few months there. I had some issues, and I left. We had differences, and I left. And when I left, I didn't know really anybody outside because SD at the time was very secluded. They didn't interact a whole lot with the outside world. And I was close. I've always been pretty close with Monkey Oberon, Hyperion Oberon.
Oh, yes, of course.
And
we just
and
had
I went
him,
to him and
on here.
He's awesome. And I went to him and I was like, I need a place to go. I've had a little bit of hiccups and I really need a place to go. And he says, contact Parth. She'll lead you the way. And I did, and I haven't looked back. She never was expecting to have a child avatar kid, but it clicked, and we worked great together. Going on 9 years, it's been awesome.
That is awesome. That's like a fairy tale.
I was just gonna say that's like you're the one in the million. So that is like really cool, and I mean, just everything that you have done for the kids community is very commendable, and we want to thank you, and we really hope to see a lot more people signing up who share the same kind of RP, and you know.
I'm glad
Yeah.
to do it, and I'm glad that I was there. I just, you know, I didn't think I was doing anything special, and even now I question, because now the special thing is all the people that have come out. As we were joking before we started recording, Craig and I were joking. You know, he said, "Come out of the coffin," and I was like, "No, we come out of the cradle."
Yeah, I was like, that didn't
That's
sound
cute.
right. This is a lot better.
Oh, jeez. Craig and his
and
stand-up comedy, honestly.
oh, you know I'm
Hate
funny.
mail goes to DJ Craig.
And you know, well, it has really been an honor having you here, and we really hope to also get your mama and Ghosty on here sometime, just to come and
Yeah.
say hello to the community, or you know,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you know, we'll keep twisting her arm, and you help us.
Yes. Yes. Now we want to hear about the wedding. We want to hear about the wedding, about your new papa. You have tons of photos. They're really great family photos that you sent to us, so we can run it along this podcast. Lady Felly will take care of that. Tell us about some of these photos, because there's some like historical value here, honestly. The council meetings, and let's go through it.
I don't have the pictures in front of me, but I've got a really good idea of what I've sent you. There is a picture there of historical value. Is me sitting at a GCSC meeting for the very first time. Uncle Dom, now Diabolic Domino, was sitting next to me as sovereign, and I was there as an ambassador at my first GCSC meeting as a child avatar. So that is one of the pictures that was included. There's some pictures of me and Mom, you know, me in my princely regalia with my crown next to my beautiful mother sitting in council as well. So
yeah, I love that photo. Now, were you the first child then in the council meetings, or was there someone before you, or you?
I believe, and nothing has come to contradict it. I mean, this is going back to what, 2014, early 2015. I believe I was the first to actively sit on the council. I don't think I might not have been the first to hold the title, but I don't think anyone had actually showed up and sat down in the council meeting.
Wow, that is awesome.
So I was the first, but not the first, I think.
Yes. And how did everyone react when you went in there? You're like the Brat Prince, you're sitting down, like, you know, and how did everyone, was that like jaw dropping or fang dropping?
Some people really, really got a kick out of it and enjoyed it and liked to see that added to the role play. But there were some people that really did not want to see that happen, because they said Progeny is an adult game. It has no place for child avatars. And obviously the source nixed that in the bud, but we still have that issue going on today. It's still the long lost debate of, you know, should we be here or should we not? But it ultimately comes down to our source saying yes, so
Yes. I mean, the source, and, you know, what he says goes. So,
right?
And you know, everybody's free to do their own thing, as long as it, you know, and the way you do it, and it's just so heartwarming, kind of
respectable.
Yeah.
And heartwarming. Yes, absolutely.
I try to be respectful to everybody, so
you are, absolutely.
Give me a fair shake, you're gonna get a fair shake.
Yes. So then there was some photos of you and the Parian. So you guys are also very close.
Oh yeah, there was a wedding. We were at a wedding, and I can't remember whose wedding that was. I think it was it your daughter? Your daughter? It might have been your daughter's wedding. I don't remember exactly. But I tried to sit down next to Mom and Dad, and it set me down right next to him.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yes, I remember that. That's a great photo. And then there's some of you and your papa horseback riding and doing different things. It's just, you guys have some really
Yes,
nice
and
family photos.
uh, Mom really wanted to see the picture, the one that was labeled bored Brat Prince, where I'm sitting in the throne, just kind of looking out, just kind of bored, and also with me on my bicycle riding across. She used to play a different vampire game that we won't mention, but she had a coffin for it, and I would ride across the top of her glass coffin. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the picture of me riding across with her in it, but you do see the picture of me riding across the empty coffin.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
That's very cool. So tell us, I have another question. How do you feel then about vampires in lore, like Claudius and stuff like that? What do you think about the lore of the child vampire?
I don't see that it's any different. I think in reality, I think it would be very unfair in the real world to make a child vampire because they're stuck, they can never grow up. But at least in Second Life, we can role play and be what we want to, and our minds can expand.
Yes.
I think across all vampire lore, and there's none that you can really show me that does not include children of some kind as being immortal children. And so the whole notion that we shouldn't be involved is completely insane.
It's rubbish. That's what I say.
Well, exactly. And Claudias have been kind of like,
people.
And I say Claudias as a generalization of young vampires, and basically, I mean, you know, it's a curse, but it's been part of
that little guy in the Lost Boys.
Yep, and it's been part of vampire lore
Boys?
And roleplay for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Claudius, how vampires, how the source framed it in the decree. So that's an absolutely appropriate term. And Anne Rice, I mean, you can't get any bigger in the 21st century writers on vampires than Anne Rice. So Claudia is a big deal, and I'm proud to be right next to her.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you know, she was created as symbolism for Anne Rice's daughter that died very young. So it was her daughter being immortal in the books.
Well, and definitely one of the most iconic. Like, even you just say Claudia and people know. They either,
yeah.
And it's so funny, they picture young Kristen Dunst.
Yep.
Well, that's really awesome. And, you know, I really hope people will hear this, and, you know, if that's what you enjoy, they'll reach out. And you've done a lot, so tell us, what about the little ones in combat?
Yeah. Actually,
Ankle bite.
I've gotten my ankle bitten a few times. I even think little Jessie.
Well, Sissy asked me earlier, it was yesterday, about possibly doing a little fight club for child vampires that want to learn to fight, kids of Progeny and stuff, and I took it to our management team, and it was unanimously accepted that we would just appoint her as the Progeny organizer overseeing it for us. So a lot of them are really, really looking forward to the fighting. Some of them, like me, I'm not really a fighter myself, but it never hurts to learn a little bit more. And especially if we get some kids out there, like paintball earlier today, it's kind of hard to shoot us. It's kind of hard to get a hold of us if we get a hold of you first.
Oh, yes.
You guys are fast.
Like, I remember you were in my crosshairs, and I was like, wait, I'm dead? Well, great. And, you know, that paintball, I hope to definitely do that again with y'all. That was a blast. So, before we say goodbye, we want to know, do you have any parting words for the community or for people interested in, joining the team?
Yeah, if you're interested in joining Kids of Progeny, you can be an adult. We have adult friends. We've actually got a tag that's just Progeny Kids Friends. You don't necessarily have to have your own child avatar or be a child avatar. Everybody can be involved. We do welcome everybody as long as you are open and you understand that you just respect each other. That's the basic tenet. We just respect each other.
Yes, respect is very much key. Well, thank you so much, the Brat Prince, Adam Church Belisarian. It has really been an honor having you here. And we want to thank
Thank you
all
for having
y'all
me.
for listening. And make sure you like and subscribe. And I know there's a lot more brats out there, so.
Yes.
Come out
Thank you
wherever
so
you
much.
are.
Yes, thank you so much. You're an inspiration. You're doing some great work. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all again on the next episode of the Progeny Behind the Fang podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.